It's snack chat with the Littlest Caps fan as we attempt to have a snack, since that seems to be one of his favorite activities. We have to talk about the number 17 selection by the Washington Capitals. No disrespect to Pasarak, or I hope I pronounced his name correctly. No disrespect intended. He had a great season with the WHL as a rookie. That being said, if you had asked me who I wanted in the draft, and I said this in a short earlier, there's no doubt Cole Yzerman, if he dropped to 17, should have been the selection. He broke the United States scoring record. I believe he had 127 goals or something in 119 games. As I said in the short, I've been following him really since prep school. The kid, all he does is score goals. The Capitals had a hell of a time scoring goals last year. And this is absolutely no disrespect to these two members of the team, because I love both players. But Dylan Strome and Connor McMichael were leading the team at one point in the season. Now, Dylan, if you don't know, to get him from Chicago was an absolute steal. He was the number 3 selection in the NHL draft, and he won an OHL scoring title, beating out Mitch Marner. He was only outscored, I believe, that year by his teammate in the Erie Otters, which was Connor McDavid. I mean, Dylan is amazing. As a quick side story to that, you may have seen in a short I posted last year, 21 and his teammate went to the Caps practice. And if you stand outside with the door where they come in and out, some of the team members will actually sign autographs for you. There were several players that did. Dylan was one of them. And Dylan was actually the best player at the team at the time that he did so. And he came out on his own volition and signed some things, and couldn't have been kinder to both my son, the other boys that were there, and my son's teammate, Logan. So, you know, just he seemed like a wonderful guy, and it's great that he's playing so well. We really like watching him. McMichael the same. He's been one of my favorite players on the Caps since they drafted him. He had a tremendous season with the London Knights the year they selected him. So absolutely no disrespect to those two centers. We really love watching them play, and we hope that they do well the rest of the season. But you need a winger that can score. This is Ovechkin right now. You may be saying to yourself, he's off season. He's on a bender. His diet's off. He's not training as much. Okay, wonderful. Well, you're trying to be the best goal scorer in history. So you really have to kind of put in the work. You don't have to have any more months until the season starts. So yes, I know that you can make excuses and you can say he'll turn it up when it's time. It's hard to turn it up every day. You can't be on 12 months out of the year. Absolutely. Absolutely. You need an off season for sure. But you cannot rely on a gentleman that age to carry your team in goal scoring. Now, they've made some free agent acquisitions. We can go over those, of course, at another time. But in terms of this video, how you don't take Cole Yzerman. He's going to be playing at BU next year, and all he does is score goals, as I said. It seems to me that needs to be a no-brainer at this time. You need a winger that can score. Ryan Leonard isn't going to be coming in until next season. He looks to be pretty much NHL ready at this point, based after the 2 camps that I've watched him go through so far. But we'll see how Yzerman does at BU. I could be 100% wrong. Maybe the Caps know something I don't. But it seems to me that he should have been the selection for sure in terms of his goal-scoring ability, because we don't have a balanced scoring attack, at least not as of right now. The last time I remember them having a balanced scoring attack was in 2018, which is, you may remember, the Cup year. So they had Smith Pelly, who produced tremendously in the playoffs. They had Lars Eller. They had Ovechkin, of course, who scored. They had Kuznetsov, who had a tremendous playoffs. So balanced scoring really helps win championships up and down the lineup, and the Capitals absolutely did not have that last year. Now, I'm not saying one rookie is the key to all the woes. Of course not. But if you're building a team for the future, you've got some youngsters in the system. You've got Marchenko. You've got McMichael, who's still playing. You've got LaPierre. Ethan Frank, I don't know. Potentially he might get some time from the Bears. I mean, he's a great scoring winger. I believe he led the team in goals, although LaPierre, I believe, led in total points for the playoffs when they won back-to-back Calder's this season. So they definitely have some players in the wings, but I don't think you can have enough scoring on this team, and I don't think you can have enough stockpiled in the system. So the fact that he dropped to 17 and was not selected is just astounding to me. I think another piece of evidence that suggests that I may be correct on this is look at the amount of people who said what value the Islanders got at 20 when they did take him. Well, if that's true, then he would have been valuable at 17 to take him as well. So I think the Islanders made a great pickup, and I think that they may see the fruits of that in a couple of seasons. I think stockpiling that in the Capitals organization would have been something that we needed. We do have Andrew Crystal. I know he's still too young to potentially make the AHL roster. At this point, he would have to go back to the WHL. Excuse me, I believe. Corona Rockets, I believe he plays for, which is fine. He does tremendously well there. If he doesn't make the Capitals organization, of course, out of camp, which I don't think that there's a spot right now. But again, stockpiling Yzerman along with these other youngsters, I think, is the way to go. That would have been my selection for sure. I'm not a GM. I don't pretend to be a GM, just a fan for about 40 years. But definitely my selection. I believe the Littlest Caps fans are on board with me. I know he was fussy when they made that selection as well. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll have to talk about the free agent trades and acquisitions that have been made perhaps in another video. But just seeing all the stats and going through everything with Yzerman, I looked through with Celebrini and before. It's hard to do long form videos with little guy. So we try to do what we can in terms of bringing the quick news with the little shorts. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I seem to think most people are on my side in terms of who they would have selected at 17, if I'm reading through the podcast and things like that correctly. Though I do think most people are also in agreement that it seems like they're moving in the right direction, particularly with these free agent acquisitions. And the team does appear to be better today than it was prior to the start of the draft. Anyway, let me know your thoughts below. Was Yzerman the right selection at 17? Have I lost my mind? Who knows? I guess we'll see as time goes forward. But exciting times. Looking forward to watching a lot of the other developing things and bringing you more videos as we have new news. So stay tuned.